Following the debacle of last season where we dropped off the pace and we ended up finishing 6th, meaning no Champions League football, no Europa League football, we were given a budget of £75 million. Now, I wanted to build the tactic around that Xabi Alonso 3-4-3. We've changed it a little bit, having the Hoffman and the Wirtz roles, something that I've seen across sort of like tactic recreations before where they're actually starting in wide areas with a Regista, Volante, and obviously the Fring-Pong role a little bit further back, but he is on wing-back on attack. Now, we needed to strengthen. Last video, we went through that squad planner. We needed to strengthen in centre-back, centre midfield, and on the left side, and we have done that. So let's start with the outs. We did raise a total of around £93 million. The first one was Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who went to Chelsea for £17 million. Now, he did actually have a really good end to the season, and if we were playing that sort of like that isometrical three with the right back, we would have probably kept him as an inverted fullback, but we aren't. We're going with the wing back. He can't do centre half. It was time to move him on. Chelsea, Spurs, and Newcastle interested. He chose Chelsea. Hannibal's out the door as well. He's gone for around £15.5 million to newly promoted Southampton. He is kind of a football Twitter player where everyone thinks he's quite good, but really deep down he's nowhere near good enough for Manchester United. We let him go, got a nice little bit of money for someone who, you know, is not even rated currently 3 stars. The big one out, probably the most noticeable as well, the biggest one out is Casemiro. He's gone to Saudi Arabia for £47.5 million. We needed to get him out the door. Massive wages. Look at his wages, £950,000. He's gone. I think he's freed up about, what, 350 to 400k a week for us. And it gives the option to bring someone in younger, fresher, less wages, and probably better definitely better in the long run. And another noticeable out, Donny van der Beek has made his loan move permanent. It was a mandatory fee. We got around £12.5 million for him. I can't imagine Man United actually getting much more than that for him. Other noticeable outs, we've got Diallo's out on loan. Obviously, Greenwood's gone out on loan again. Johnny Evans has gone on a free. Willie Cambalala has gone to Cannes. Shoretire has gone to Fulham. And another young player, Ogunyai, has gone to Fulham as well. Right, on the ins, we strengthened at left wing, but my thought process around this is that Luke Shaw will do another season with us while we are blending in Samuel Lillin. He started in the pre-season injured, but he has got fantastic attributes. I wanted someone down that left-hand side who was obviously going to be quite attacking. 16 crossing is vital, good pace. He's going to be fantastic. 20 years old, 6 foot, so going to have good physicals. We just need to maybe work on a couple of those defensive attributes just down there with a tackle of 8. Through the door at £30.5 million. Someone who will obviously be with us for the duration of the rebuild. That should be the type of player Manchester United are trying to sign. Paul Wanner came through the door. I think we actually spoke about in the last video. We picked him up on a free transfer. He has started the season exceptionally well, looking at being potentially one of those playmaker roles, potentially the long-term replacement to Bruno Fernandes. Talking of Bruno Fernandes, he has stayed just. He moaned all summer that he wanted to leave since Al Hilal, and I think another Saudi Arabian club came in with 2 bids up to around £96 million. Now, it was a sensational bit of money. I did think potentially that we could get another year out of him, like he was our main man last year. A total of, 27 goals and 9 assists. I don't think right now in a rebuild we can afford to get rid of our best player. So we rejected the bids. I'm open to selling him next summer. So the end of this season, I'm open to selling him. There's clubs interested. Look, Saudi Arabian clubs will come in for him, no problem. In the summer, he'll only have a year left on his deal as well. He would have peaked. He's just turned 30 as well. So I'm quite happy to let him go this season. He's unhappy the transfers were blocked. Chelsea did come in with a ridiculous loan offer at the end of the season. That was blocked. But I think we'll wave goodbye to him at the end of the season, with then the hope that someone like Wanner or even Florian Wirtz, we're going to get big money for Fernandes. So potentially then we can look to reinvest in someone huge in the summer. One of our centre-back options, Jean-Claire Todibo, is in £55 million. He is a ball-playing defender. He's going to play one of the wide centre-backs role. Really good physicals to outplay in that right channel. Can pass, can tackle, can head. He's quick, 6'3". Someone that Manchester United are linked to in real life. Highly like that he actually probably will come to Old Trafford in the summer. And he has been joined by Nikola Milenkovic. Now, this guy has been overlooked season after season after season. Spurs, Newcastle, I don't think even at the time Manchester United were actually looking at him as a replacement. He's still only 26 years old and 6'5", tremendous physicals, can probably do a job at right back as well. Great technical defending qualities with his defending, marking, tackling, decent at passing. At what point is that guy going to get a big move? And we've snapped him up for 37.5 million. Mats Wife is in, another player linked to probably potentially Old Trafford. Can play as a 6, can play as an 8. He's playing in our double pivot, a really nice, tidy footballer. Not absolutely amazing in the game, but I'm trying not to just base it on attributes in the game. I'm trying to get players that potentially Manchester United are looking at, potentially players that we can progress. He's only 24. I do like his height, 6'2", good physicals, got decent vision, decent teamwork, really good work rate. Passing some of these we might be able to get up over the next 12 months. Likes to get forward, looking well, can do the volante role and the regista role as well at a decent cost of £34 million. This one, don't laugh. Who? I think Manchester United missed a trick in the summer by not picking this guy up. I do like him. He can play both roles, the regista, a volante. United in real life, he could play as a 6, he could play as an 8. You could get him extremely cheap. He's still only, in the game, he's 29. In real life now, he's only 28. I think he's got so much to offer, in particular because Man United have struggled in midfield. Is he better than Eriksen right now in that double pivot? Yes. Is he better than McTominay? Yes. Is he better than Casemiro? I would say yes. Going in there with a Kobe Manu, he covers the ground. Great mentals in terms of work rate, commitment, bravery, everything you want. I think Man United have missed a trick. Potentially something that might be done in the summer just to bolster the squad with a little bit more quality. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts. I've paid £8 million. Am I completely mental with that? I think it would be a good signing. Let me know down in the comments. And the last one, we've bought Danny Welbeck back. Remember in the last episode I said I wanted another striker because we're having problems with Højlund's fitness. I don't want to go through the season. If Højlund's out for a couple of months, we can't just go down the route of just having Marcus Rashford. We needed something else. So people were in the comments, and this guy was available on a transfer list. Like, as a third choice striker at 2.1 million, he's not bad at all, is he? 14 finishing, 14 first touch, natural fitness 15. I'm yet to see that in real life with Danny's Welbeck's injuries, but he could play FA Cups, he could play Conference League games, etc. I think a decent signing just to give Man United another option off the bench. Happy to be a third choice striker. I think that is a nice little pickup to finish off our transfer business. So our starting 11 will now look like this for the season. Onana in goal, Todibo, Lisandro Martinez and Inacio. Right wing back, it has to be obviously Jeremy Frimpong. Regista role, Mats Wife, with the volante role to Højbjerg. Complete wing back, Luke Shaw. The attacking playmaker on the left-hand side, Bruno Fernandes. With the playmaker on the right-hand side, Paul Wanner. And up front, Rasmus Højlund as well. And then, the substitution, if we look at the squad depth now, goalkeeper we've kind of covered. We've got a young, exciting goalkeeper as well coming through the ranks. Eli Harrison looks like he'll be a decent backup. Centre-halves were covered. We've now obviously got Milenkovic that could do both roles, Todibo. Left centre-half, we've got Inacio, we've got Shaw, we've got Martinez. Right wing-back, we've still got Dalot and Frimpong. On the left-hand side, we've got Luke Shaw, Illing and Dalot. We've got Alvaro Fernandez as well. Tyrell Malacia and Brandon Williams, both transfer listed. We both couldn't get them out of the door in the summer, and I wasn't prepared to let them go to someone who was not willing to pay a penny in wages. Into the middle of midfield, without including Mason Mount, we've got Kobe Manu, Andre, Højbjerg and Mats Wife. We've also got Scott McTominay. We've still got Mason Mount. We've still got Christian Eriksen. Unfortunately, those players will naturally leave in the summer, but we're well stacked in there. Maybe blending in the experience of maybe a Højbjerg with a Kobe Manu. We've got Wife as well. All of them can literally do both roles. So we're well stacked in the regista and the volante role. The right-hand side, we've got Bruno, Mason. Jadon Sancho still with us. Couldn't get him out of the door. We couldn't get Anthony out of the door, but we are looking at playing Vanna as the number one choice. Bruno, Mason Mount. Sancho's going to naturally get a little bit of game time. On the left-hand side, we're looking at Bruno, closely followed by Alejandro Garnacho as the second choice. And then up front, we've got Marcus Rashford starting, but we did say this is going to be the season, guys, for Rasmus Højlund. He's got himself fit. Injuries again, damaged knee cartilage in the pre-season has basically meant he's not had much pre-season. A couple of competitive games, got injured, been out. We're now in September. He's back. I need to play him, and then we'll make a decision. Is he going to be good enough next season? So we've kind of blended the squad pretty well now. We are well stacked. The squad is big, with the inclusion of obviously players like Will Fish, Brandon Williams, who's unregistered, Alvaro Fernandez, Daniel Gore. We are pretty well stacked in the squad. So next season, next transfer window will all be about quality, improving that first 11. That role in particular, maybe even both roles. We need a long-term placement for Fernandez. Is Vanna going to be the man? If not, we need a replacement for Vanna. We need a replacement on both sides of the pitch. Now, we've struggled to get rid of some, as we've said. Scott McTominay, that we haven't transfer listed. We've kept him and not transfer listed him. We've started this season. We're in 5th, played 3, drawn 1, lost none. Decent pre-season, beaten Bayern Munich, smashing Mallorca 9-0. 2-1 win over Crystal Palace, a 1-0 win over Sheffield United, a 3-1 win over Nordsjælland in the Europa Conference League qualifying path, first leg. And as you can see, we got beat 4-5 in the second leg. It went to extra time. We needed a Marcus Rashford 115th minute goal to seal it. What an absolute shambles. Bearing in mind, we were 3-1 up our first game and then went 4-1 up. But then by half-time, we were 2-1 down. Absolute shambles playing that second 11. So I'm just going to have to be careful of the amount of changes I make. Maybe not making 11 changes when we're playing the Conference League. Our Conference League fixtures have been drawn. We've got Olympiacos, St. Pat's, Dynamo Tbilisi, butchered that, Sparta Prague, Rijeka, and Riga. So really comfortable games, you would hope. Probably Nordsjælland might have been the toughest game, apart from Olympiacos. Probably the toughest game out of those. So fingers crossed we can breeze through that qualifying. We must win the Europa Conference League. We've then had further results against Brighton in the league 2-0, and then Arsenal at home 0-0. It's looking okay. It's not overly exciting on the eye. The tactic, I just can't get that beautiful balance. We aren't seeing that Xabi Alonso fluency yet, but fingers crossed as the season develops, we will. Join me on Wednesday night when we go through the season update. We're going to get to January, see what can be done, and it'll be a little bit more tactical and showing you little things in the match engine, how the tactical is looking to really good goals and highlights and packages and things like that. So make sure you stay tuned on Wednesday for the rebuild of Manchester United. We need long-term recruitments, guys, for those wide playmaker roles. Don't think Football Manager, think real life. Like the obvious one is Wirtz, Florian Wirtz. He's not absolutely amazing in the game. Would you like to see Florian Wirtz? Is he the long-term replacement to Bruno Fernandes? Let me know down in the comments.